Hi guys, I'm Yusra and this is Parvez Rayani. Parvez is not only my trainer but he's also a celebrity trainer. Hi Parvez, how are you?
You know that I don't like to call myself celebrity trainer.
That's why I did it.
No, actually, I don't really prefer to call myself celebrity trainer because I haven't trained any celebrity for a certain role. Right? If that makes sense, like if I'm training somebody for that role for some movie or something like this, then I can call myself a celebrity trainer because there's so many celebrities are going to our trainers. Now, not everybody can call themselves celebrity trainer, although they do, because that's a big marketing thing
Yeah.
when you call yourself celebrity trainer. But I don't prefer to do it. That's just my way of thinking. Other people can do whatever they want.
I think
but
it's about the glamour that the celebrities carry
Yes,
around their aura.
yes.
Because if someone feels like, okay, so like this certain celebrity is so
it's
skinny, maybe that guy can
yeah,
beat
it's
me.
more of a social media thing.
Yeah,
That you
yeah.
post a picture with a celebrity on your Instagram and then people follow, their followers come and follow you, and
Yeah.
you get the business out of it. So that's more of a marketing thing more than anything. Like fitness, I think if I'm training somebody for some role, then I can call myself a celebrity trainer. So far I didn't do that, so I can't call myself a celebrity trainer for sure.
Okay, so when we talk about trainers, right, and when someone goes to hire a trainer, I think it's very important for them to know what their trainer's fitness journey has been like, because some people learn through trial and error, some people learn through their own experiences, and knowing like whatever you know, I'm sure that implies on your fitness journey as well. So I would like to know about your fitness journey, but before that, do you believe in having a certification or being a certified trainer, or is that a gimmick?
Uh, I believe in education more than certificates. Now, that's a two different thing. Certificate is just piece of paper that calls you a certified trainer of a certain thing, but education is important, right? I did, I think 7 or 8 certificates between 2012 to 14, and I wish I hadn't done that so many because I invest so much money in that, which I can invest somewhere else, right? This is important for me because for me, learning about certificate, learning about fitness is more important than have a piece of paper and put it in my file and call myself certified trainer. Because fitness area is so vast, and everybody wants to come to the gym and have a good trainer.
Yeah.
Now, how do you differentiate between good and a bad trainer or an average trainer, right?
Yeah.
Right now, all the certificates is like 1 day or 2 day. You can just go there, attend whatever it is, whatever
Workshop,
certificates you're doing,
whatever, yeah.
workshop you're doing, and you're certified by the end of the day, right? You don't even have to give the exam.
Yeah,
to
that
get
means
certificate.
anyone can do it.
Yeah, I did my boot camp certificate in 4 hours. That was the duration of the certificate, right? I did parkour fitness certificate. I don't even know parkour.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
So you a lot of people actually come to the gym to transform their bodies, lose
Absolutely,
fat,
yes.
gain muscle. That's the reason you can come. So how can I learn everything about body transformation in 1 day?
In a day, bilkul.
I can't, like, so having my own journey is definitely important. Working on my own physique is definitely important. It's the most important thing because so many things you learn when you work on yourself. To fluctuate your go to 10% body fat or go with like higher, like 80-90 kg and have a lot of muscle. So those things are important when you talk about the fitness, because whatever I learn about me, about my body, and understand the fitness, I'll apply on you. And it's not just about the theoretical part. Like I can read everything about on internet,
Yes.
but I have to learn to apply as well. So that goes not just on my body as well, but also my clients as well. If I'm being able to give enough results to my clients.
Yes. And it's also about adapting to different situations, because everyone's body is not similar. I mean, when you were training me, and when you were training me, there's like I have a back issue, I have a knee issue, we have
Yeah.
to work around it.
Yeah.
So it is also dependent on the client who comes to you. Okay, what do they want for their body, or how do they feel about their body?
That's where there's a big difference between personal training and a group class, right? Because when you came in, when I started training, I didn't know that you have that issue that you can't contract your muscle in a certain position.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, you didn't know that, right? So when we start training and I ask you if you're feeling that certain muscle, even though your posture was fine, but you said no, I can't. I don't feel that.
Yeah.
So we have to work the way around to actually first work on that muscle first, so your nervous system works on that certain muscle, right? Because whenever you're doing a movement, your nervous system actually throws neurons to your muscles that this muscle should work in that certain movement. But if your nervous system is not that efficient and you're not working on that certain muscle, so it is difficult. If I give you an example, when we do a bench press, like in a normal life, we are not used to of doing this movement.
Yes.
Right? We don't do that. We don't do a lot of this, but we don't push it.
Yeah.
Right. So when you go and do a bench press and you do the movement right, but you still feel your shoulder is working, your arms are working
and
more.
initially it is true with me as well. I could feel it all here.
All your arms, but you
Yeah.
don't feel it on your chest because your nervous system is not efficient. It doesn't know that this muscle should work in that certain movement. So for you, it is important to learn first before you actually load it and work on that muscle hard. Right. So if you go on a group class and a boot camp and something like this, and if you're going through the movement, right now in boot camps, like there are 200 people in one class, and obviously no trainer can actually give you that attention and understand that your movement is not right and your muscle is not working, because one of the trainer's job is to actually see through the muscle, that if that muscle is working or not. So if your muscle is not working, you may end up creating a wrong motor unit patterns. Now what that means is your nervous system actually adapt to working on a certain muscle. In
and
that
the
movement,
neural pathways kind of like
have a wrong learning process, right?
Yeah.
So because of that reason, I whoever start their fitness journey, especially the beginners, I don't prefer them to go hard. Like there's a quote that go hard or go home. I don't prefer that for the complete beginners, because if you try to go hard and try to push it a lot, you may end up creating a wrong neuro pathways, and which is actually a very difficult to change in future, because I had this problem. I still have a problem working on my shoulders, because I don't feel much muscles on my shoulder. So I have to be very, very focused and very, very slow movement to actually work on my shoulders. So there's the same thing that works. Now some people are very efficient, some people's nervous system are very efficient in doing that. Some people are don't. They just can't.
Not that efficient.
Yeah, so they have to work separately. So that's where the customization of the plan comes in.
And then there's also another thing, everybody is on a different fitness level. I mean, some people are more flexible, some people can lift more easily. So like in group classes, how do you make them go through the same thing when they're on different fitness levels?
That's why I don't do group classes.
Yeah,
that's one of the major reasons that I don't do group classes, because I have this thing, if I'm training you, I have to make sure that your movement is correct. If your movement is not correct, that's my responsibility then.
Now listening to all this, it's a surprise that group fitness training is actually very popular in Pakistan. What are the other workout myths that are popular, or that frequently asked questions that people come up to you with?
It's more than myths, it's more about the preferences, because Pakistan, they more work on the trends than actually the actual thing.
Yeah, because now right now everybody is doing the keto diet.
Yeah, it's a trendy diet, right? Although there's nothing wrong with keto, but still this is a trendy diet.
You lose your hair though. I lost a lot of
for
my
some
hair.
people yes, for some people no, because it's every individual base, right? You have to see what works for you best. Every single diet plan out there works. Either you are doing ketogenic diet, either you're doing Atkins diet, or if it fits my macros, if whatever diet. There are so many diets. So any diet you do, it's gonna work. But instead of people are not really understanding, they are looking for that perfect diet, but what they are not looking at is what is the similarity in all those diets.
Okay, so what is
so the one of the if I choose one basic similarity is a calorie deficit. If you're going for a lower weight loss diet, is a calorie deficit is one of the basic thing that every diet has. Doesn't matter if you do ketogenic diet or you Atkins diet, or if it fits my macros, every diet have a calorie deficit. That's the basics of it. Now once you learn this, then you select that which kind of diet you like. If you like doing ketogenic diet, do it, nothing wrong with it, right? If there's a health reasons you're doing ketogenic diet, nothing wrong with it. But if you are just doing it for the weight loss and you completely hate it, why would you do it? Because you can't do it for a longer period of time. Maybe you do it for 2 weeks, maybe you do it for 3 weeks, or maybe 2 months. What about after that? You start having carbs, and what happened? You start gaining weight, and you have all the water weight back which you lose in the initial period. People saying like you lose so much weight in the initial period. Yes, you do, because you lose water weight because you're not having carbs. 1 gram of carb contain 3 ml of water in your body, right? So once you eliminate all the carbs, what happens? You flush off all the water, right? So ketogenic diet works, yes it does, but do you have to do it? No, you don't, right? You have to find what works best for you, and there's a lot of emotional and psychological part as well. For me, I think for my whole life, like I have my breakfast bread butter every single day.
Really?
Every single day I was
Bread
having
and butter.
bread and butter. For 25 years I was having bread and butter, and then I quit because I thought it's not healthy. Now I have it in my diet as a part of my diet that I have bread and butter every day. Why? Because I have this psychological, emotional connection with my bread and butter.
Yes.
Yeah, because imagine like as a 3-year-old or 4-year-old, you are having bread and butter and then you do it for 25 years,
Yeah.
and suddenly you can't.
Yeah.
Right? So that's something that it's not right about that. Right? So what I do is I somehow manage that bread and butter in those calories that I have. Right? And still manage to work on my goal, whatever my goal is.
I mean, when you gave me my diet plan, you gave me rice in it, and whenever I tell people, they're like, "अच्छा चावल तो लेकिन मोटा करता है आपको," and then over time we realize that I don't do well with gluten, right? Gluten makes my body bloat. So it also depends on the person
Individual,
to
yes,
person and
yes.
your lifestyle as well. And one thing I think people in Pakistan don't realize is that fitness is supposed to be a lifestyle. यहाँ पे it's very targeted. कि lose 5 kgs for your wedding, lose 10 kgs by doing this,
Like,
and then
yeah.
they're never marketing it as a lifestyle. Like, do it for a lifestyle change, adopt it.
Like most of the people who talk about lifestyle, they end up in like 6 weeks challenge. Seriously, that's not lifestyle.
There's so many challenges out
Look, there's a place for everything. There's a place for everything. I'm not saying boot camp should not be done. You can do boot camp because if that works for you, you should do it. But what about after your boot camp?
Yeah, either maintain it by going to the gym regularly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing anything. If you're physically moving your body, it's fine, it's good, right? But you should have a plan after it is done, right? There's nothing wrong with ketogenic diet. But what if when your ketogenic diet stops, what do you do after that? Are you learning what you're supposed to do through the process, or you're just following the plan? You know, I asked you to send all the pictures of your meals, so I know what you eat throughout the day, so I have the understanding of what you like and what you don't like. So that helps me to create your plan, because it's not just about making you lose weight for initial 2-3 weeks or 5 weeks or 10 weeks, but it's about giving you enough education and understanding, so even if you want to do it on your own, you should be able to do it. At least you maintain your weight on your own.
I think that's one more thing that trainers generally lack, because a lot of times trainers give people diets that are very restraining, and they're only eating salads, they're only eating some protein, and then later on they never explain the mechanism behind it. What I like about you is you also explain the mechanism behind it, so that if I'm on my own, I can at least substitute it some way, try to make it not as unhealthy or a little healthier, if you will.
I think even healthy or unhealthy is a bit relative with the people. Yes, because healthy eating, yes, it is good. You should eat healthy, because by the way, what do you understand the difference between healthy and unhealthy? We never talk about it actually.
Oh,
yeah.
See, for me, healthy eating, I think this concept has evolved and changed, but for me, healthy eating right now is to make sure that you have a calorie deficit, first of all.
If your goal is to lose weight, yes.
My goal is to lose it, so I'll definitely have a calorie deficit, but I'll have more protein in it and less carbs in it. So that's how I prioritize my diet.
You set up your macros, your protein, carbs and fat depending on your needs, right? But also when you talk about healthy eating, it also like what are the micronutrients?
Okay.
Right? Micronutrients, your vitamins and minerals in your diet. Right? For example, I'm having a sugar. I have sugar in my tea.
Yeah.
It's still in my macros, it's still in my calories, but it doesn't have minerals and vitamins that my body needs. So that's not a healthier option for me.
Yeah.
Right? So I still have sugar, but I make sure that remaining of my diet is more healthier option, where I have more micronutrients in my diet. So that's a healthier option. So what I like about if it fits my macros, because I follow that as well, is I can actually have a little bit of sugar or a little bit of things that I like, but I still manage to have my micronutrients, I have my healthy eating, I have my goals, and I can do it for the longer period of time.
That's true.
Right. But one thing I would say, a lot of people who do if it fits my macros, by the way, if it fits my macros is the diet plan where you actually set up your diet that has calories, your macros, and you add any food you like in that. It doesn't matter healthy or unhealthy. Yeah, so that's the plan. But what people end up doing it fits my macro, they don't plan it beforehand. That's very important. I think planning is one of the most important thing when you're going into fitness journey, especially your diet plan. Training plan as well, but also your diet plan is like I have to know what I'm going to eat tomorrow. I have to know what I'm going to eat all day. This is important. You can't just go to a restaurant, eat something and just check on my fitness pal, oh, how much calorie this should have. This was because you end up eating more or less and you can't be consistent with it, and it's a lot of stress that what I'm supposed to eat next. It's a lot of stress, right? Because you could constantly checking MyFitnessPal. What I do, what I prefer is, even I'm having a little bit of unhealthy items, I make sure I plan it beforehand, right? I have to know what I'm eating tomorrow. So what I do is I plan it, and I consistently do it for the longest period of time. When I get too bored and when I'm not enjoying it that much, so I change my plan a bit. This is my way of doing it. Some people are very good with doing it like on spot planning.
Yeah.
If they are good at it, do it. But if it is not working for you, then I think you need to change something.
Absolutely. Another question that I have is now about weightlifting. I mean, yesterday only I was telling my mamu that, oh yeah, I'm doing strength training and I don't do cardio at all anymore. And first thing he said was, तुम cardio नहीं करती तो तुम्हारा fat कैसे burn होगा? How are you even going to lose any weight? And this was an idea that I wasn't very comfortable with as well. I used to tell you I'm still going to do my cardio.
Yeah.
So, what is cardio for? And then what is strength training for? Like if you could define the two.
Okay, everything you do in the gym, your movement, it's all about muscles. It is all about muscle. Weightlifting, work on your skeletal muscle, all your muscle, you can see your bicep, tricep, chest, shoulder, everything. The cardio you do is mainly for your cardiac muscle, it's your heart.
Oh.
That's one of the basic, well, that's one of the basic, that's why it's called cardio, because it works on your cardiac muscle, that's your heart. How it benefits your weight loss? Okay, we just spoke about calorie deficit is the one major thing that you have to understand. Right? Now we talk about the energy expenditure when you're talking about the workouts, exercises, right? Can you expend energy when you're doing weightlifting?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Even when you're breathing, you're using energy.
Yes.
So when you're lifting weights, you're using energy, right? Same thing when you're doing cardio, you're doing energy. But what I prefer mostly weightlifting over cardio, because the difference between healthy and unhealthy weight loss is how much muscle you're carrying, how much muscles you are actually saving during that process.
And this is also one concept that people do not understand over here. They don't really care about the muscles that they're gaining or losing. It's mostly about if you look skinnier, if you look more aesthetically, narrower, slimmer.
Right now,
sleeker.
I'll just go a bit on a different track. We'll talk about weightlifting later.
Okay.
Right now, the most important thing is you should have a very clear set goal for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Whenever a client come to me and I spoke, first thing they say, I want to lose weight, right? If they have a belly fat or hip fat or thigh fat, whatever it is, I want to lose weight, first thing. And then we talk a bit about what kind of physique they are looking for and what they actually want, what they see themselves. So it always comes down to, I want to look leaner, not skinnier,
Yes.
right? If you want to look lean, that means you need to build some muscle. Because if you lose all the fat, what is remaining inside? If it is just bone, then you're skinny. You're not lean.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have some muscles, then you have a lean look. Then you have a defined, the thing we call tone. There's no exercise for toning. It's always building muscle and losing fat. That's it. That's the basics of it. Toning, I don't know where this word come from. Toning.
A lot of people say, I want my body to be more toned.
Actually, one client came to me, I think last year, and she said, I've been training for 10 years. And I asked her what her training was, and she was saying, we were doing like 2 kg dumbbell because we want to tone muscles. I was like, why do you do 2 kgs? Can't you lift more? She said, I can, but heavy weight doesn't tone muscle. I'm like, what? Seriously. So there's a misconception about weightlifting, but having a clear goal is very important. You should decide whether you want to go skinny or you want to have a lean physique. If you want to have lean physique, go for weightlifting. That's the most important part. Because if you don't have muscle, you cannot look toned or lean.
But then there's also this misconception, like I remember telling my parents that, I'm going to be doing this and strength training and weightlifting, and they were like, नहीं लेकिन weightlifting से तो muscles बड़े हो जाते हैं. And I mean, like, my muscles are, I don't have any muscles yet, but they're not, like, my physique is not bigger than what it was.
Even I'm lifting for 10 years, I don't look big. I look like an average person because I never push myself to gain that much of weight.
So right. Then why is there a misconception that muscles?
Look, the people who talk about this muscles bade ho jate hain ya female should not lift weights or वगैरह वगैरह, you look at their education. Do they know what they are talking about? Do they know about the physiology of your body? Do they know that how much benefit the muscle gives you? No, for a female, there are a lot of problems with their bones issue, like the osteoporosis. A lot of females have osteoporosis, the arthritis. How do you save your bones? Muscles, because that's what protect you, right? Your muscle is the biggest disposal of your glycogen, that's your carbs. That means if you have muscles, you can actually eat more carbs. If you don't have muscle, you can't eat more carbs. It's also, it has a biggest effect on your metabolism as well. More muscle means higher metabolism.
Yeah, for sure.
Less muscle means less metabolism.
Yeah.
There's so many benefits. More than actually just visually what you see, it's more of a like your physiological benefits. Even your muscle is actually the biggest tissue in your body anti-aging thing.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true. That's true.
What happened when you hit the when you hit the aging, you started to lose muscle, right? That's what happened. And when you start losing muscle, all
Your
the
skin also
hormonal
becomes
system,
to sag and-
yeah, so all the hormonal system goes reverse and started to have all the problems, all the health issues. What muscle does is, it gives you more muscle, weight training. That's how you stop aging, and it delays the aging a bit
That
more.
is true. Yes, that is
Yes,
true.
so there are a lot of benefits of having a muscle, but people really need to understand and educate themselves. And one of the biggest problem what I see when people want to lose weight is doing endless cardios.
Yeah.
Coming to the gym, investing money, investing energy, and you're just doing cardio. What happen is you're not weightlifting, so whatever weight you lose, your body don't have a reason to keep the muscle. So what it does, it start to lose more muscle. I think this is the most unhealthy way of losing weight. Yeah, because there's a difference between healthy and unhealthy. When people say, oh, you should not lose 6-7 kgs in a month, yes, you should not, because if you lose too fast, you're going to lose muscle. That's the most important thing. That's the reason behind that you should not lose very fast, right? You do it slow so you can keep the muscle. And the only way you can keep the muscle is by weight training, by weightlifting.
At what rate should you lose weight to call it healthy? Because a lot of people say it should be half a kilo per week. A lot of people say no, it should be 1 kilo per week. So what do you think is a
I think
healthy
1
weight?
pound to 2 pound should be fine if you're starting with, but the more you go into the programming, the difficult it gets,
Yeah,
right?
it should, yes.
For example, if you are at 20% body fat, you may be gonna lose fat much faster rate. But if you come down to 10% body fat, your body will resist losing fat and it actually lose more muscle.
Yeah.
Now it becomes more tricky. So it always depends on what level you are on, and then you start. I would say if you're on 10%, even start losing much slower than actually when you are on 30% body
30%,
fat.
of course.
Which
There are a
again is
lot
still
of
a little
people who might have come up to you and said कि अच्छा मुझे तो सिर्फ tummy पे से fat खत्म करना है मेरा तो like I have this issue with my face like even though I've lost some weight I still haven't lost any on my face and I can't tell my body to lose weight from here. Spot reduction I've learned through you does not exist. But why do people still believe कि अगर face yoga करेंगे तो face पतला हो जाएगा अगर crunches करेंगे तो like the stomach
I
will
think
go
I think
away.
all those people should stop following a fit chick on Instagram.
Okay.
I'll give you the reason. Where all this thing coming from? You see on your social media and you following somebody, you say 6 minutes belly fat burn workout, or do this exercise to lose love handle, or do this exercise to lose thigh fat, or
Yeah,
wagera.
yeah.
Where this coming from? Because this social media personalities wants to do their business through Instagram. They can't just show deadlifts and squats in all the videos.
Yeah.
Right? What they have to do is actually do the variety and keep the people interested. And honestly, as a layman, you want to see the quick fix. You don't want to see that you
Yes.
do it slow, make a lifestyle change, and learn this and learn that, and then you get in shape. You want to see that how can I get in shape in 1 month, right? This is what you want to.
There are people who want to shape their body in a week as well.
In a week, right? So all these social media personalities are actually baiting you and then teaching you the wrong thing, right? You never see on my Instagram when I'm saying like do this workout and lose belly fat.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You can't do that. Like when you do a movement, what are the things that involved in the movement? Your nervous system, your joints, and your muscles. Your fat is not involved
Yeah.
in that thing, right? In the movement. So how can you lose fat from the certain area by working on it? Now imagine that if I'm doing a bicep curl to grow my bicep muscle,
Yeah.
there's a movement, right? But I'm doing crunches to lose my fat. How does that work?
Yeah.
It doesn't work this way, right? If I'm doing bench press to have a bigger chest, muscle, and I'm doing crunches to lose. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Right.
I
And
understand.
if you can lose belly fat by doing crunches, why do you do cardio then?
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Your weight loss is, you have to understand that your energy balance, your calories, how much calories you're
Yeah, there
consuming,
are
how
multiple
much
factors
calories.
that will
Yeah.
lead to it.
So main factor is how much energy you required and how much you are expending. Right. So if you require like 2000 and you're eating like 1800 and you're expending more, the deficit between those things, that makes you burn more fuel. That means your body requires more energy it's not getting. So what happens is it either take it from your muscles or it take it from your fat. We do weight training so we can reserve our muscles. So
And
what?
so that your fat
So
reserves
your
are-
so that's how you. But if you're not working your muscle, your body may even take from your muscles. That's
Is
how you
there
lose
any
muscle.
age at which someone should start weight training? Because I remember when my brother was 15 or 16 and he wanted to go to the gym, my parents were like, no, if you start weight training right now, you're not going to grow taller, you're not going to... And a lot of people, a lot of Pakistani parents at
Yes.
least, I don't know about other people, but a lot of Pakistani parents do say that. So is that a myth or how far is this true?
Okay, there are a lot of researches about this, and I don't remember where I read this, but after the age of 6, you can actually lift weights.
After the age of 6?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Even there are some kids in.
Yeah, I've seen a
they are
kid
they
who
are
had-
actually they are lifting weights at the age of 5.
Yeah.
And honestly, all the biggest bodybuilder, if you follow somebody internationally, they actually start lifting at the age of 10 and 11, and they are like 6 feet tall. Obviously, they are a human being, right?
Yeah.
They grew. And talking about the height, what are the factors actually that helps you grow taller? The most important thing is genetics. If your parents are
yes.
tall, you'll be tall. If your parents are short, you can't be tall. Maybe a slight difference, but genetics is a big thing. Second thing, your hormones.
Yes.
Your hormone is a big thing. When you're in a growth spurt, right after puberty, when you start creating your hormone, weightlifting actually helps your hormones to have a better hormone profiling.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing a weightlifting, you have a better testosterone levels. That
Yes.
helps you grow. And another thing is a growth plate. You know, our growth plate. There's a growth plate in our end of our bones.
Okay, so you mean the grown both
The rate of
Yeah.
growth, yeah. So
Yeah.
growth plate
Growth
we
rate.
have in our end of our bones. If you have a damaged growth plate, then you may stunt your growth. But if you're doing weightlifting, it's very unlikely that you can damage your
and the
growth
growth
plates.
rate is different for person to person,
Yes,
right?
it is. Yes, it is. I think male grow till the age of 21, female grow till the age of 19, I guess. I'm not sure about it, but it is somewhere
But
this numbers.
somewhere around
But
that.
I think playing sports can damage your growth plate more than actually weightlifting, because weightlifting is more in a controlled environment. If you're in a like contact sport like martial arts, like football, you may get injured by tackling or anything and injure your growth plate. So I think weightlifting actually helps you to grow taller and better and more muscles and better hormones.
Let's talk a little bit about trends, because people in Pakistan love to follow things that are trending. And recently you've seen keto is one thing that's come up. Then there's kickboxing. A lot of people are doing kickboxing to lose weight. I have no idea what it's for. And then there's, I don't know, called jiu-jitsu or something like that.
It's a
And
part of
there are
martial
different
arts,
things
yes.
that are coming. Even there was this ECM or something. There was
What
a
is that?
treatment. There was a treatment where they freeze your fat, and I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know the names. So when something is trending, how do you decide if it's for you or not?
Okay, first thing I'm talking about the type of workouts. You're talking about the kickboxing and jiu-jitsu and stuff.
Yeah.
You do everything you like. If you want to do kickboxing, do it to learn kickboxing, the skill of
Yeah,
kickboxing.
don't do it to lose weight. then.
Yeah, your weight loss will come with it if you're eating the right way, right? If you love dancing, do dancing. Your weight loss will come if you're doing the diet the right way, right? So do your workout things that you want to learn, right? People are going from one program to another program to one class to another class, thinking that this is the better program because someone else lose weight on that. Because they lose it because they control their diet more than anything.
So one thing's for sure, you need to control your diet if you want to lose weight. There is
100%.
no way you can eat whatever you want and still lose weight.
Yeah, I think strategy is a big thing
Okay.
when it comes to dieting, because when we are talking about eating less calorie deficit, a lot of people do it, they come down to 1200 calories suddenly, and then I don't know what's the magical number about 1200. Everybody wants to say I'm on a 1200 diet. How do you know you're 1200? And the amazing part, they don't even calculate their diet, and when I start calculating, they are not even eating 1200. they're eating less than that, or somebody eating a lot more because they are going for a salad and having
All the
dressing on it, which is easily 400-500 calories. So they
Yeah.
don't even know how much they're eating.
Okay, so in Pakistan, you know, something, it starts trending and then everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon. There's kickboxing, keto diet. I mean, there's so many things that I could name right now. But when and how do you decide that if something is trending, it is for you? Like, how do I say ki keto diet is for me or anything is for me?
Okay, first thing, I'm talking about the workouts right now, training.
Okay.
If you want to do kickboxing, do it to learn the skill of kickboxing, not do it for the weight loss purpose. If you like to dance, do dancing for fun, or you enjoy dancing. Don't do it just for the weight loss. Your weight loss will come if you eating the right way, according to your body. Right? Doesn't matter what plans you are doing. Now I'm just talking about the weight loss. I'm not talking about the fat loss, right? So any program you are doing, you just do it to expand more energy. That's one of the basic thing you do when you're working out. If your goal is fat loss. But about the diet, I think more than what type of diet is for you, the strategies is the most important thing. That what strategies you are applying for your diet plan. For example, if I give you example. For example, your plan is a 1500 calories that you should be consuming in a day, so you lose weight on a consistent basis. So what if by the end of the week you have to go to some place like for a party or anything, and where you know that you're going to eat? What are you going to do that? So what you do is through the whole week you reduce 100 calories from your plan.
Okay.
So for 6 days, if you reduce 100 calories, so you have like 600 extra calories in reserve. So instead of 1500, you can eat 2100 calories.
Yeah.
That's your strategy to stay in a deficit. Instead of you looking at the daily deficit, you're looking at the weekly deficit now, right? Or if you're someone who likes to eat something sugar in a day, that's just your thing. You want to eat something sugar.
Yeah.
So you plan the way that by the end of the day, you're eating something very small sugary items which you look forward to in a day, so you don't cheat on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
That's another
strategy. Because that's what happens with people. They cut off sugar and carbs and everything completely, and then once they start having, like, even if they have like a bite of something that has carbs in it or sugar in it, I think it goes down the drain then. They can't stop themselves.
Yeah, because that's why you do it at the end of the day. So you eat it, go to bed, sleep, and then next morning you start your day again.
Yeah.
Or if you are the person who likes to eat a big dinner and don't like to eat breakfast, so what you do it? Intermittent fasting is a very good option for that. Who likes to eat big meals?
Yes.
A lot of people do that. So people do it for the weight loss purpose, but you can do it as a strategy as well, so you can stay in a deficit and not overdo it.
Intermittent fasting also does help you not snack a lot. I remember practicing it just like that. I read it off the internet and started doing it. And everybody at home would be ordering something late at night to eat, and it actually stopped me from
it's all about strategies. Like there are so many things when you talk about a strategy, depending on what your situation is. Maybe someday you want to go out and eat, maybe someday you don't. So how do you manage your calories to actually stay in a deficit? That's your strategy. And it goes like, for example, if you have a wedding season coming up, and you know that 3 days you have to go out in a week. In that 3 days, right? So what you do is you manage your calories on the other days, right? And on that day you do intermittent fasting and just eat on a certain hours to stay in the deficit. That's your strategy. And that's, I think, the biggest thing. Instead of jumping on that, I want to do ketogenic diet because I want to lose weight, but I hate it. So why do you do ketogenic diet when you hate it? If you love your bread so much, why do you do ketogenic diet? Like I told you, I eat bread my whole life. I have that emotional connection with the bread that I want to eat. Although even it's not about the taste, it's just about something psychological. If I want to eat, I will never go on a keto. Maybe for a short period of time I would go, but I don't do it as a lifestyle just because I love bread. People love biryani. Everybody loves biryani.
Yes.
Yeah, we do love biryani. Are you the person that for next 5 months I'm not going to eat biryani?
Yeah, I remember
this is a like nightmare.
Biryani, and I was like, this is so unfair. I can't have biryani and you can.
Yeah,
and
so
then I eat biryani.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? It's a nightmare for a lot of people that you will not be able to eat biryani.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
Like I have biryani on my every day off, and I have a lot of biryani on my day off. Like seriously, a lot of biryani. So because I know how much calories I'm having. I'm managing that, and I'm working out as well. I train my muscles, so I have a more privilege to eat more carbs, right? So this is how you strategize your diet plan, your workout. Everything should go along with it. It has to be in sync. Your training and diet, everything is in sync, right? Even your sleep. Like a lot of people say, I can't lose weight and this and that. One of the biggest thing, they are not sleeping on time.
Yes.
Stress, one of the biggest thing. If you're too stressed out, you may not even lose weight, because everything you're doing, you sleep so your body recovers from all the stresses in your day, not just the workout, but all the stresses in your day. That's how your body actually recover. But if you're not sleeping and if you don't have a sound sleep, what are you going to do then?
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
There's also going to be stress eating involved because you're up.
Yeah, and one of the amazing part, when we have this all the habit change, right?
Yeah.
Now, I would say 90% of the people right now, I'm not generalizing it, so I would, but still 90% of the people end their day with a mobile screen and start their day with a mobile screen.
Yes.
You sleep and you watch your mobile, check your messages, check your Instagram, then sleep, and you wake up. First thing what you do? You pick up the mobile and check the Instagram again.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what we do. That's a habit change. So you have to change your habit change so you have a better sleep and less stress. Right, because everything you do, your body adapts, and all the chemicals start to release in your brain and your body to actually work throughout the day. So if you're choosing something calming at night before sleep, that helps you sleep better. But if you do something very
what if scrolling on Instagram is calming to someone? Because it's very calming to me to like.
Yeah, you think it's calming for you, but your brain is not releasing the melatonin that it requires to sleep better.
Yeah. So what do you suggest?
At least 1 hour before the sleep, cut down all the screen time.
Okay. Including watching the TV?
Yes. Yes, because of the light that you're reflecting on your eyes, right? And one other thing, that if you can meditate, do that. If you can write gratitude note, it's a big one.
Yeah.
One of the way you can actually reduce stress is a gratitude note, because that completely change your perspective, change the way you think. Because instead of thinking about the negative stuff, now you're writing something which is you're grateful for.
Yeah.
So it completely changed everything. So these are very small stuff that actually helps you a lot. So I think strategies, and you just don't just look at the training, because a lot of people, I'm training a lot, I'm training this much, and I'm still not losing weight. Start looking at the things where the problem is. You identify the problem before you go for the solution. Even at times, too much training is also stress.
Yeah.
If you're not recovering from stress, why do you put more stress on your body?
Yeah.
So think about that. You want to recover from that stress you're already putting on your body before you look into workout.
Achha, when you're talking about recovery, one question came up to my mind, because whenever I'm talking to people and I'm telling them that I don't train on Thursdays and Sundays,
yes.
Thursdays and Sundays, and they're like, why do you have 2 days off? Because you should have just 1 day off, because 1 day off is enough, 2 days off is going to get too much. What about that? I mean, some people like to train for alternate days. A lot of group fitnesses are alternate days, and then not on Saturday, Sunday, so 3 days a week. So how do you decide how much your body should be resting?
Okay, that again depends person to person, but I don't think there should not be a should. You should be training 6 days a week. Why there is a should?
Yeah.
If you can get the results in 4 days a week, why would you train for 6 days a week?
Yeah.
A smart training plan is where you put minimum stress on your body and take the maximum benefit out of it. This is the smart approach to it, right? If you're new to training and you jump in the training ground and doing 6 days a week, what will happen once you hit the plateau and you can't get result anymore? What would you do then?
Plateau is also a big one, by the way.
Yeah. That's a big one. That's one of the reasons you should not do very extreme diet in the initial period. Right? Start with the highest calorie possible and the lowest volume of training possible. So once you hit the plateau, you have something to reduce from your food and something to increase from your training. That's again the strategies. Right? If you don't have a good strategy, you don't know. And people who are doing 6 days or 7 days a week of training, you're not training hard enough.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right. The same way like people who are doing for body toning workout or doing 2 kgs, obviously it's not putting a lot of stress on your body. That's why you've been able to do like 6 days or 7 days a week. But if you really train hard and you're exhausted by the end of the workout, let's see how frequently you can train them.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
you have
true.
to learn how to train properly.
Okay, another big thing is supplements. I mean, a lot of us can't, like I can't have a lot of protein at the same time. It makes me sick. I've discussed this with you, right? So when we talk about supplements, even when you suggested me that I should go for a protein shake, I didn't want to go for it, because I thought it would taste disgusting, which it doesn't, by the way. And then another thing was I was telling you, my in-laws and like my sustral wale, they're not really okay with it, because they think it's kind of bad for you.
Yeah,
it might lead to kidneys, stones, or whatever.
Yeah, I know, I understand that. Again, a lot of misconceptions. Like you have to understand what supplements are for, right? Protein shake is a big one. Everybody uses protein shake. So the thing is, if you can't have a lot of protein, you alternate with the protein shake. It doesn't make you big or small. It's just a replacement of your nutrition, right? Every supplement give you a particular nutrients, right? We've seen a lot of old age people have this multivitamin, like I don't know the name
Ensure.
of that. No, that multivitamin, the supplement. Ensure is also one of these.
There's also the sun karke something.
Yeah, so there's a
supplement,
multivitamin that a lot of people are taking. What are those?
Yeah.
That's a supplements, right? What are vitamin D3 supplement? A lot of people have it. That's a supplement. So there's no difference between all these nutrients and a protein shake. It has a bad rep a bit because it is actually related to bodybuilding side, and the people think that you're gonna get buffed and big and you have all kind of kidney issues with this, but it's not actually. It's just a replacement of your protein. Now you don't have to have protein shake if you can eat all the protein from food.
Yeah.
Right. But if you can't, that you're not a big eater of meat.
Yeah,
right?
I can't.
So you don't you can actually have protein shake and actually complete your macros, but I'm a different person. When I'm on the weight loss program, I don't use protein shake at all because I like to eat more, right? But when I'm on a weight gain program, then I have to eat a lot, so I use protein shake because I can't have so many calories in a day on a regular basis. So again, it's a strategy, is a big thing, but supplements definitely. You need more micronutrients, have multivitamin. What if your body is deficient in zinc or magnesium or vitamin D3 or calcium or so many things? What do you do that? Then you have a supplement and you give your body a supply of that nutrients. That's all supplement is all about. It doesn't make you lose weight, it doesn't make you gain weight. Now there are some highly marketed supplements like pre-workouts and all, which is, I don't think it's very important. If you have a lot of money, you wanna take pre-workout, yes, do that, but
you can always replace it with something from home, like bananas.
Banana is different. Banana is
No,
carbs, it's not that.
because no, a lot of people say, oh, for pre-workout, if you don't want to get a pre-workout, just have 2 bananas and go to the gym.
Okay. Well, a lot of one of the biggest reason you have pre-workout is a caffeine dose, so banana doesn't have. So banana doesn't replace your
like
pre-workout.
we're literally busting some myths here.
So if caffeine is your reason for a pre-workout, so have coffee instead.
Yeah.
That's a choice again. If citrulline in particular is one of the compound that pre-workout, then just take citrulline. Why do you have to have a whole compound of a pre-workout? Maybe some of the people just need to hydrate themselves before the workout.
Then have water.
Like just drink water, have more electrolytes. That may help. So it is again individual basis. I'm not a big. The last time I had a pre-workout was 2014. I didn't have any pre-workout since then because one thing, limited budget is one thing because supplements are very expensive.
Yes.
So limited. So I go with like my multivitamins, my fish oils, my protein shake, magnesium. These are my important supplements. If I have more money, if I'm suddenly become so rich, so I'm gonna go for pre-workout. Otherwise, I'm okay with coffee.
Yeah,
I can take caffeine from that.
Okay, and what is the difference between having a supplement and then having these fat burners and all? Like, are they also under the same category?
Understand, most of the fat burners are thermogenic. You know what the thermogenic is?
Yes, thermogenic because they create heat in your body.
Heat in your body, so you burn your energy a little more, much higher rate. That's it. That's all it is. So, should you do it? Should you not? First thing, always make sure your training is on plan. Make sure your food is on plan, make sure your recovery is on point, make sure every single thing on point, and then if you think you want to take that fat burner, yes, go ahead. But mostly I don't recommend anybody fat burner because you can actually lose weight very easily by just doing diet
and I feel like fat burners also have side effects even though they claim they don't have any.
It again depends person to person. Some people,
because I used to feel really weak when I used to have fat burners.
Look, every single thing in fitness, it dependent on person to person. Right? You can squat the different way, I can squat the different way. My stance are different, my depth are different, my mobility is different. So I make you do heel elevated squats. Some people don't need to do heel elevated squats. So they're everything. Even the amazing part, chicken and eggs is most healthiest thing in that, right?
Yes.
I'm allergic to it.
What?
Yes.
I'm learning new things today.
Yeah, so I can't have egg whites.
You're allergic to chicken and eggs both?
Yes, both. So I can have in a limited quantity, but I can't have a lot of. I don't have chicken every day. I don't have egg whites every day. Sometimes it's fine, but I can't eat it every day because it inflames my body. It gives me a lot of gut issues. So is it healthy for me? No, it's not. Again, strategies. Again, what works for you the best, so you do that. So there are so many things right now. I think we're talking about so many stuff.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of things.
So again, supplementation. Do it what is most important, and then all this highly marketed item like the pre-workout and stuff, you can have it if you need, if you still want to spend more money. If you don't, you don't have to have it.
There are also a lot of other things that are marketed for losing weight. Like green tea is usually marketed for helping you lose weight. Even things like
Slim tea, like
Ispagol, right? It is also marketed for helping you lose weight. But what they do is kind of cleanse your system, detox your system a little bit, but not really add on to losing weight. So when going into the market, how do you decide this is going to help me?
Okay, first thing, if you learn everything about nutrition, calorie deficit and everything, you will never buy all those stuff anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You will never buy. Green tea, yes, it is. Like if you're on a deficit, if you want something to have it, green tea have a 0 calories, you can have it. Right? Black coffee has a 0 calorie, you can have it. That helps you with the satiety. Right, hunger, it helps you with the hunger, it helps you keep going. So in that sense it helps. But if you have a green tea and have a burger with that after that and have a very high calorie stuff which goes you
it's like going to McDonald's and then saying, oh, I'll have Diet Coke with it.
Look, there's nothing wrong with having a Diet Coke with McDonald's. Again, strategy. You are already having 1000 calories from McDonald's, you don't want to have extra 200 calories. What do? Then you have a Diet Coke. It's simple as that. Look, you go for a strategy. Right? If you have a McDonald's, you choose if whether you want to have a McDonald's and a fries and a Coke, which adds up in 1500 calories, or you just have a burger, have a 700 calories, and remaining you go for a Diet Coke and save another 700 or 800 calories more.
Yeah.
Again, strategies. So your weight loss, your journey, your fat loss, muscle gain, everything goes with the right strategies that works for you.
And there's a lot of planning and strategy involved, clearly.
And that's where your personal trainer actually comes in.
Yeah. Another question, now this is also a big one because a lot of people, like we're different kinds of people, right? And we have different psyches, different ways of thinking. Some people are very good at motivating themselves. So they see changes in themselves and they can just self-motivate. And then there are people like me who, like I know that I need you to stand there and tell me I can do 3 reps more, 4 reps more, and then only I'll do it. But if it was up to me, I would have given up on the 6th, 7th rep, right? So what kinds of people or what characteristics should people have to get a personal trainer? Or is there even such a thing, or it just totally depends on how you feel at a particular time? And do you ever learn to self-motivate yourself?
Okay, now there are 2 ways of looking at it.
Yes.
Yeah, there are 2 ways of motivation. One thing, for you when you're sitting at home, you have to get up and go to the gym. That's your motivation to start with. And then there's when you're in between the workout and you don't give up and you push extra. That's a motivation. You need somebody to push you extra. So let's talk about it. When you're sitting at home, you need a motivation and you have to go there. The first thing, motivation will never last. Motivation will never last.
Okay.
I don't feel motivated a lot of times to work out. Right? It's just a thing, like not everybody can feel motivated. It's more of a like how you're creating habits. That's the biggest one. Everybody says we're gonna start working out Monday morning. We are so pumped up. We are going to the gym Monday morning. We are working out. Tuesday we are still motivated.
By Friday the graph goes down.
The graph goes down, and you're not motivated anymore. What are you gonna do then? You're gonna quit working out. Most ideal situation during that motivated time, the habits you create yourself.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I have to wake up in the morning and drink half liter of water. That's a habit. That's you do it over and over. The repetitions we talk about.
Yes.
You do things over and over and over again, so your body adapts to those habits, and automatically we start doing that, right? We wake up in the morning, we have a glass of water.
Yeah.
The first thing we put in our body is a glass of water instead of tea.
Yeah.
Because tea, mostly we add sugar to it. So I'm not going to put any sugar into my body to start with the day. I'm going to hydrate myself. That's your habit, right? And then I'm going to eat some kind of protein. And then I'm going to go for carbs and then other stuff. That's a habit. No matter what happens, by 7 p.m. every day, I'm going to be in the gym. Doesn't matter if I have a good workout or a bad workout, if I'm in a mood or not in mood, I'm going to do this. At least I'm going to do it for 5 days a week. That's a habit. You have to create that by doing over and over and over again. I don't feel motivated every day, but it just becomes my habit that I have to work out. If I don't work out, I feel weird.
Yeah, so do I.
My body feels lazy. I don't feel great about it. So I have to work out because my body is too used to working out.
Yeah.
Right? Now, same way, if your body is not used to working out,
Yeah.
And you start working out.
You have those cramps.
All the cramps, all the pains are coming in, and you don't feel great about, oh, I'm so sore, I don't like it, and whatever. All these things that start to come in. So again, when you are motivated, use that motivation to create a better habits. Once you have a better habit, then you start going again and again,
and then once it becomes a habit, I mean, then you're just doing it like
that's
on auto mode.
No, this is what you call about the lifestyle changes. If you don't create the habit, and if you have that mindset, I'm just gonna do it for 2 weeks, I'm gonna get in shape, and then it'll be all right. No, it's not gonna be all right. You'll get fat again. Right? If you don't create that habit, if you don't do it consistently, if you don't look at your food, understand the system, you'll get fat again. And that's so all the yo-yo system that goes in. 2 weeks in, working out hard, eating right. After 2 weeks, you go on another cycle of bad eating habits and not training. Your energy intake goes higher, your energy output goes lower, you start gaining fat. All this goes in because you think that you have to be motivated. No, you don't have to be motivated. You have to make sure. Okay, one is a big one. This is the big one, right? Do you feel motivated to go on work on Monday morning?
No.
Nobody does.
No, I don't.
Nobody does, right? Nobody does. But it is important for us because we earn money.
Yeah.
All the people, every single person say, oh, it's Monday morning, I feel so lazy. But you still go to work. You wake up in the morning and you go to work.
Yeah.
You don't feel motivated to do it. But so why do you have to be motivated to actually work out? Right? The one of the biggest reasons is because we don't prioritize ourselves.
Yes.
Self-love
is important.
Working out is something you do it for yourself. Yeah. Not for your mom, not for your dad, not for your friends, not for your husband, not for your wife. You do it for yourself. It's something you say that I want to take care of myself.
And it's true, when you don't do it for yourself, you're not able to stick to it. I mean, doing it for your wife, doing it for your mom or dad can only take you so far.
Don't do it for Instagram.
No, do it for Instagram if it makes you feel happy.
Yeah. So, but mainly you do it for yourself. So if you have to do it for yourself, why do you have to be motivated? If you don't have to be motivated to go to work Monday morning, why do you have to be motivated to go to the gym? Just make it a priority that I have to be in the gym. I have to work out for myself. Once you cross 35, 40 age, you started going on an aging process. Your health has started going down. You have to prioritize that. If you don't prioritize, what happens? You end up with all the health issues, your joint issues, you're going down. How do you take care of that? Yeah. So it's more of like creating a habit and prioritize than actually motivation. Now comes to the other part, your motivation in the gym to push harder. You always need somebody. Doesn't matter if it's your trainer or if it is your workout partner. You have to have somebody. Even I can't push more if I don't have my workout partner. Because the responsibility of your partner, of your trainer, is one of the responsibility is to push you extra. You have to understand this. Your body changes because you are giving your body something to adapt. Yeah. Right? Adaptation to stress is what makes you better. If you don't give your body something to adapt, the extra stress on your body is not going to change. Right? So that's one thing you need to think about when you're training. You need to have somebody who take care of your motivation and push you extra during the set. All right.
Okay, so this has been quite a journey and we've discussed a lot of things, covered a lot of myths, frequently asked questions all in one. But to sum it all up, if I could ask you 3 things that you could tell someone who's about to start their fitness journey or about to start going to the gym, working out, what would they be?
Okay. First thing, have a very specific goal. Don't just randomly come into a gym and work out everything you receive. That's one thing, that's one of the most important. Secondly, if you're talking about the training, start with the minimum volume possible. If you can do it 3 days a week, don't go for 4 days a week. Right? And make sure you learn before you load. Now, what I mean
learn before you load.
What I mean from learn before you load, what we are doing right now is making your body understand at which moment and what are the primary muscles that should work. If you're doing a bench press and you're not being able to feel your chest, and you keep loading the weight on it, that's no point. Right? You're creating a wrong motor units for your body. So always learn first before you actually start working hard. So that's number 2. And make sure nutrition wise, you don't have to be fixate on one thing. Ketogenic is the best diet possible. Not necessary, not for you. Or if it fits my macro or anything.
Find out what fits you, what is going to work out for you.
what diet you can do for a consistent basis.
And it's okay if it's trial and error, because it's a lot
It
of
has
times
to be
trial
trial
and
and
error.
error. Like, what do you expect? You come into the gym and you know everything and everything is right. It doesn't work. Even if you hire a trainer, it's not necessarily that everything is right. Because unless you are consistent on one plan, I will not be able to assess that if it is a right plan for you or not. So consistency is one of the big one. Like,
Yeah.
if I give you a plan and you say like you do it for one day and the next day you're not doing it,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it then, because I don't understand.
So consistency is
working.
also very
Yes,
important.
one of the big ones.
Yes.
So every plan you set up for yourself, you make sure that you're consistent with it.
Absolutely. So that was it from us, and if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have any questions, let us know. Put them in the comment section below, and maybe, just maybe, I'll get Parvez to film with us again. Until next time, bye.
Bye.